I'm so glad you're with me today. Listen, I want to share something really quick with you. I want to share something that's real and that I was thinking about today, and that I really realized it's not a tip today, it's not a strategy, it's just the truth in my life. And I think it really hit me to the realization that I got emotional. I spent my whole life solving other people's problems. My family, my clients, strangers, everybody. As a teenager, getting out, going to work, I solved my mom's problem by being the extra income in the house. You know, even when she had someone that was an adult that was with her that couldn't help her or wouldn't help her, I was you know, the help for her. When my brother passed away, yes, I was angry and upset, but I really didn't grieve him like I was supposed to. I was so concerned about my siblings and my mom and how they were getting on that I really didn't have a chance to grieve him. Then as I got older and I had children, I had to make sure that they were good because I had made decisions to have them, and I had to make sure that they were good and that my decision with them or having them, that they were safe and they were good and they were taken care of more so than I was. And today I realized that by default I solved my problems, but yet I didn't solve them fully. I didn't solve my own problems. I was really helping and working with everybody else. I was making sure everybody else was good all my life. And I can honestly tell you, the last time that I sat down and said, what do I need? What is it that I want? I can say that I just did that thing maybe a week or two ago, that I said, what the hell? I wrote down, what the hell do I want out of my life? And I figured out what I don't want. I figured that out. But I had always been the fixer, the provider for other people's lives. Even when I was in church, I was fixing everybody else's life but mine. I was unhappy. And I was buried under all those roles that I had. I was buried under there. I was completely buried. I never mourned my brother, never mourned him. I was mad for many years, and maybe that's what fueled my life. Because I don't remember being sad ever after that. But I knew that life didn't stop. I knew that I had to keep going. I had to keep taking care of my children. I had to keep making their lives better. And it was not until late in life when I see my children now as they grow up, as they're grown, actually, they're grown, and they are tackling life, and they are, navigating their own lives and solving their own problems and doing such a great job at, being responsible for their own decisions. I have seen, in my own life that sitting to solve a problem really gives me anxiety, because I never sat down and literally said, okay, how does Edna get out of this situation, How does Edna solve that problem? And I realized that today. And thinking through it, most of us enter into careers enter into roles, into sororities, fraternities, churches, religions, all these things, these groups, because we want to solve a problem, or at least we're told that we had to solve a problem. I know that from my own coaching career, I got into this literally because I said, there's somebody out there that has the same problem as me, and I want to help them. But in doing all of that, I didn't help myself. I wanted to solve a problem. I wanted to help people solve their problem, but along the way, I had to solve my own problem. Little did I know that the epiphany that everybody was, there's other people out in the world, was the cue that I needed to figure this out. I had to figure all of this out in my own life first, and then get to help everyone else. That was the kicker. And I just realized that. But thankfully, I was able to conquer things along the way and, share my experiences with people. And listen, I've hosted a podcast for years, which is now rated, I think, the 5 percentile in listen notes, and I think number 76 in self-improvement on not YouTube. What's the other one? On iTunes. Oh, sorry, that's what it is. And I hosted that. This is my sixth season. Come this September, and I've interviewed debut authors and coaches, and I found something out really wild. They all have said this very same thing I said. There's somebody out there like me, but they hadn't completed the healing within themselves. 96% of us, the coaches, the writers, the authors, we write those stories because we are in pain. And we don't want someone to go through our pain, or we want them to hear what we've been going through. We want to be validated. But we haven't gone through the process of healing yet, because healing is lifetime. Healing is continuous. Healing is ongoing. And we haven't experienced that. We use our experience to help others, but we don't always finish our own healing journey. That's a problem. That's a problem that we don't solve. You see, in this season that I am in now, right now, I call it the bishop stage. And that's, to me, that's the skills that you've honed over the years, the experiences that you had, the lessons that you've learned, and the education you kind of built is now you're at the stage where you've got all the credentials, the intuition, the knowledge, the experience, the deeper inner voice, and now you finally reach that certainty in your life. Because I faced myself, I healed. Not for someone else, not for a checkbox, but for me, I had to heal. So, what am I saying all this for you today? I'm saying stop solving everybody else's problems. Solve your own. Fix your own holes in your life before you patch someone else's. Because the greatest power that you're ever going to have, it comes from what you know. It comes from what you've transformed. I'm on this journey back to my 5-year-old self. The one that believed in herself, who was fearless, who didn't carry around the weight of the world. And now I think I understand with the Benjamin Button theory more so now than ever. I think I understand how seniors become as little children. Yes, some of them lose their way and lose their mind, to stay present. because they always want to go backwards. They don't want to get old. They want to be in another stage, and they lose that ability to stay present. But I want to stay present. I want to stay present for the aging, for the getting older, for the learning and the transformation. I want that. And I know most of you all know me for talking about authenticity. And today I'm going to tell you that authenticity is a space that you are in before you get back to your original self. So it's not the final destination. Authenticity is not the final destination. It's the return to your original self, to who you were at 5 years old when you knew who you were, knew what you were going to be, knew where you're going, knew that nothing can hold you back. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. I wanted to share with you that this space, solve your own problems, get rid of those pockets in your life, be your own first love, be you. And when you do, you'll be unstoppable. You'll be unstoppable. I can't tell you how different I feel in the spaces of everything, how different I feel. It's not like any other space. It's not like any other space that I have. It's the certainty of that I have everything. That I have everything I need. I even have more than enough. And I hope that I said something. I know this is really short and I'm usually on for a little bit longer. I want to thank Hement, ZW, Muhammad, Fintfish21, Art1234, Vinky, and the others for stopping by, and whoever else stopped by today. And let me know what your thoughts are about this. Be real, let me know. I want you to be real. I want you to be whole. I want you to be well. And that's what this, I'm all about, is just being well. I hope that I said something today that really touched you and helped you see that it's time to really take care of yourself. See you next time around.